Hello, welcome back to Learn Economy. In this video, we are going to look into opening of a bank account. We have already discussed the functions of Reserve Bank of India, the functions of commercial bank, the functions of non-banking financial institutions, certain banking functions, banking activities, etc. So, in this video, we are going to look specifically into banking operations, and in that, a very important banking operation, creation of credit, and in order to create credit, bank accounting is very bank opening a bank account is very important. And we are going to look into how can we open a bank account. So this is very important, not only with respect to banking operations but also with respect to a common man, especially when the government is going for financial inclusion programs and all. When the government gives money through bank accounts, whether it is a pension or a scholarship or some other kinds of allowances or subsidies, etc., whatever it may be, all the funds which come from the government to the individuals or the citizens of the country would be through bank accounts, right? So for this, in order to receive these kinds of amounts, it's very important to have a bank account, and in that sense it is very important to open a bank account. So what are the requirements, or what are the steps involved in order to deal with the same? So that is what we are going to look into in this video. I hope, I'm really sorry that I have given a long introduction today, but in order to make you familiar with all these concepts, that was essential. That was the reason why I have given this much intro. Sorry if I have made you bored. With that, we start. Okay. First of all, we have to see the creation of bank account is a very straightforward process. Just understand the steps involved. I mean, what are the things you have to go for when you open the bank account? First of all, you have to choose a bank, then you have to visit the branch or the website of the bank, then you have to pick the product you want. You can then you have to look into the information that you have to provide for. Then you have to look into the financial history, and then you have to look into the consent to the terms, conditions, etc. Then you have to print, sign and mail if required. Then you can fund your account. So these are the essential steps. Let's understand each of these steps in detail. First of all, choose a bank or a credit union, or just pick up the bank where you have to invest, or where you have to give your money, or where you have to invest your money. So we know that there have been many types of banks, right? Banks can be national banks, scheduled banks, non-scheduled banks, etc. So we can classify banks into different kinds of different bases, right? So bank can be community banks, big banks, small banks, well established banks, credit unions. So credit unions, like it's a constable on financial institution that provides many of the banking services and products to the individuals or the customers in the banks. Then again, there would be online banks and credit unions as well. Online banks as well, which operate through online mode. So first of all, what you have to do is that just choose a bank where you want to save your money. Then visit the bank branch. If it is an online mode, visit the bank branch, and if it is an offline mode, just visit the bank branch. And if you are going for online banks, then just visit the website. Why you have to do such a thing is that before going for the bank selection, it is very important to understand the background details, everything about the bank. You have to understand whether the bank is going through a profit kind of a situation or a loss kind of a situation. So this is very much important to prevent your money from losing. Okay. And if you're going for an online kind of thing, just visit the website of the bank and see how it is performing, how the bank branch is performing, how it is performing, what is the banking hours there, whether it is online or offline. You have to look into all these kinds of things. And banking hours is not that important if you're going for online kind of banking, but if you're going for offline kind of thing, it is very much important. We know that Reserve Bank of India has given a perfect timeline for banks to function. I mean, a perfect schedule for bank. It has to function from this much I mean, this time to this time, that is what that is already given by the Reserve Bank of India. But if you're choosing a bank that is not coming under the Reserve Bank of India, for example, like cooperative societies and all, it is actually not actually it is not a bank, but it has certain functions like you can go and save your money and all. So all these things are offered by banks. So first of all, you have to understand the details of the banks where you save your money. Okay. Then pick the product you want. You know that a bank would offer several kinds of things, like you can save your money there, you can go for certificates of deposit, you can take loans from the bank. So you have to understand what is the function that you intend the bank to provide you. First, once you determine the bank where you want to open your account, you have to see what is the intention, what is your intention, and how you could match your intention with the service provided by bank. For example, if you're going for checking for your accounts, like making payments or receiving direct deposit, you have to see how you can go for that. If you're going for saving, if you're going for putting some amount in your savings account, or if you're going for certificates of deposit, or if you're going for loans, you have to understand what how you could match your intention with the service provided by the bank. So just pick the product you want. Next, provide your information. It is very important for you to give your identification and related details when you are going for bank account, opening a bank account. Some informations like your what your nationality, your ID number, your personal details like your age, name, gender, all these kinds of things. Apart from this, there can be some banks would be asking you some kind of very sensitive information. Okay. Like the bank so in these kinds of things, you have to be very much aware that what are the information the bank should ask and should not ask. Next, you have to verify your identity. Okay. Verify your identity. That you always remember that without verifying your identity, don't put your signature there. I mean, especially in the form which is given to you, you have to first of all fill the form. You have to go through the form and verify, check it again, cross check it again, and then you have to see that all the information given by you are correct, and you have not given your the bank has not asked your some kind of sensitive kind of information. Then only you can put your signature. Then only you should do that. Next, your financial history. Your financial history, in the sense that whether you have taken some loans from other banks, and whether you have gone, whether the loan you have taken has become a bad loan or not, whether you have created some non-performing assets for other banks. So all these things are very much important. Whether you own some kind of collateral, so all these kinds of information is very important. So many banks would check your credentials to see whether you have created any kind of problems, especially with respect to repayment of loans, etc. in the past. These credit checks are usually soft pulls, which do not damage your credit, but it is very much important to ask if you are concerned or not. Next, consent to the terms. You know that a bank would function as per many terms and conditions, and the bank would, when you open an account in the bank, you are supposed to follow some certain terms and conditions, and you have to sign in a self declaration. In a self declaration, you sign that I abide to certain rules and conditions, and accept the responsibility. If I go for accept the responsibility if there is any problems with my account, all these kinds of things, you are giving some kind of consent to the terms and conditions given by the bank. So that's it. Next, after filling all these kinds of things, after signing, what you have to do is that you have to either take a printout, then or you can mail the thing to your mail account. This is very much important in the sense that you have to keep a document of all these kinds of things. So either you can take a printout of the filled application form, or you can mail it. Next, fund your account. Fund your account means that you have now opened a bank account. Now either you can go for deposits, or you can go for overdraft facilities. Whatever you want, you can do there. Okay, setting up a direct deposit or setting some fund transfer electronically, or depositing some cash. So we know that there have been many and whole lots of functions which are provided by banks. So you can do whatever you want with your account, whatever in the sense of whatever legal you want with your account. Next, start using your account. After this, you can use your account. You can either go for some ATM card, or you can go for checkbook facility, or you can go for any other kinds of online kinds of transaction. If you are going for offline mode, you can go for ATM kind of thing, checkbook facility, and if you are going for online kind of thing, you can go for what? Online kind of transaction, right? So that's all for today. Uh, Please like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more videos. And you can be a part of my Telegram group and Telegram channel to discuss your doubts. Thank you. I'll be providing the links of both the Telegram channel and Telegram group in the description box. You can be a part there. That's it. Thank you.